Look at this signing ceremony. It is a perfect snapshot of how our reality operates. Human society is built almost entirely upon written agreements, handshakes, and social contracts. But step into any corporate boardroom or legislative chamber, and you see the inherent fragility of these rules. They are highly malleable. If you have enough leverage, human laws can be rewritten, debated, or bypassed completely. Because we spend our entire lives immersed in this constructed environment, we develop a dangerous cognitive blind spot. We assume that every barrier we encounter in life is up for negotiation. We treat a strict financial budget exactly the same way we treat our biological need for sleep. We search for loopholes. We negotiate extensions. We try to hack the system to bend the rules in our favor. And that illusion of absolute control holds up perfectly, right up until our ambition steps outside of our invented social systems. The moment we face the raw, physical universe, that illusion shatters. Out here, laws are not cultural norms. They are the immutable boundaries of the cosmos. They dictate what happens, with zero exceptions, and absolute zero empathy. These are the universal constants, mathematical parameters like the speed of light, the gravitational constant, and Planck's constant. They lock into an unbreakable grid, restricting mass and energy. Inside, causality has a strict speed limit, and entropy dictates every transaction pays a heat tax. Driving every event within this rigid system are just four fundamental forces. They are the sole mechanical engines of reality. There is gravity, the infinite physical tether that dictates orbital trajectories and locks atmospheres to the surface of planets. There is electromagnetism, the raw discharge you see in a lightning strike, governing atomic bonding, chemical reactions, and material strength. There is the strong nuclear force, the subatomic glue holding atomic nuclei together, fusing particles under immense pressure to power the core of stars. From the collision of supermassive black holes down to the beating of your own heart, these forces are the ultimate authority. They have no judges, they hear no appeals, and they grant no pardons. To see the danger of confusing our flexible social rules with inflexible physical laws, put yourself in the shoes of an aerospace engineer building a complex new aircraft. The first phase of the project is entirely human. You argue with the finance department for a larger budget. You debate the marketing team over the visual aesthetics of the wings. In that room, you can win. Using charisma, social leverage, and pressure, you can force the committee to compromise. But then you move the design into physical testing. The corporate committee is replaced by the aerodynamic lift equation. Fluid density and gravity do not care about budget constraints or deadlines. They are immune to debate, applying pressure mathematically and indifferently. If your design violates those core equations, physical reality will veto it instantly. It will strip away all illusions of social authority and bring the machine back to the ground. It is a common instinct to view these hard limits as a tragedy, a cage holding human potential back. But that is an immature perspective. These boundaries are actually the ultimate design parameters. Without the rigid predictability of physics, structural engineering, energy grids, and technological progress would be utterly impossible. When you respect the physics, you can weaponize them. A race car driver achieves extreme velocity not by fighting friction, but by manipulating aerodynamics and downforce to stick to the track. They use the force to multiply their power. This creates a specific operational archetype, the constrained, realist human. This is an individual who stops relying on wishful thinking and instead builds their strategies strictly inside the established parameters of physical reality. True agency requires separating the rules in your life. You must recognize which hurdles are flexible social contracts that you can rewrite and which are cold physical facts that you must respect. We can never command nature. We can only harness her power by obeying her rules first. And this is why physics operates as the final anchor of our intellectual framework. It is the indisputable reality check, ensuring that our philosophical intentions and mathematical models never drift away into pure fantasy.